Ooh, three.
I like the little bassy voice that you gave me right before that.
Ooh.
Yeah, Mr.
Right. Yeah, Mr. Jason.
I am very curious today about something.
Oh, well, I'm going to tell you about the rags to riches business insurance niches with Raghav Tanna.
Yeehaw! Let's get in there with Tanna.
Move it.
Buckle up. It's the Insurance Dudes podcast.
Hey, Craig, this year I got some crazy growth goals for my agency, and actually I've been talking to a few other agents. They got some crazy growth goals. So can you tell me a little bit about what you're doing that's just crushing it in your agency right now?
Yeah, well, we're doing a lot of internet data leads through a company called EverQuote, and they're actually one of our sponsors.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, part of the Accelerated Growth Program, which includes having your own consultant that's going to go over your results, and it's positioned to make those leads cost less so that you have lower acquisition costs. It makes it totally doable.
Awesome. And so what has been your favorite parts about it so far?
I like the visibility into the results, and being able to compare what the numbers that they get on their side with the numbers that I get on my side, and seeing that they mesh up. So we know that the data is correct, and that we're actually in a cost per policy or cost per sale that makes sense.
Right.
Yeah,
Cool.
They make it real easy to track. And you know what? Guess what? They gave us a deal to offer to all of the insurance dudes and dudettes out there.
Oh, I got to know about this.
Yeah, all you need to do is go to go.everquote.com/insurance dudes. That's go.everquote.com/insurance dudes.
And they give all the insurance dudes out there a killer price on this. So I'm signing up.
Boom!
Boom. Boom. Boom.
Boom!
Boom.
Boom!
Should we hide? I'll hide.
Hey, what's up?
We're
How's it
gonna
going?
hide. You got us.
How are you guys?
Good. How you doing,
man?
man?
How you doing?
Good. I can see you that whole time, so.
Oh, you got us. We like to
I
get
was
silly.
trying to figure out. I usually don't use the video of this, so.
Well, we do. Eventually.
Yeah, sometimes.
Eventually. It'll get on YouTube at some point.
Where are you
On
guys
YouTube.
based out of?
I am in beautiful, chilly Tucson, Arizona.
Oh,
And
man.
I am in Huntington Beach.
God, I'm in Boston, so this kind of sucks.
Oh, it's really chilly there, huh?
It's
from coast
fucking
to coast.
freezing right now. It's like 15 out right now. I was just in Arizona.
What?
So.
Dang.
You're in Arizona? What were you doing out here?
I was in Phoenix at the INA
Golf?
conference.
Oh,
I wish.
you didn't go
I
to
do
golf?
golf though. I brought my clubs and didn't play.
Well, they had the big PGA thing up there.
I know. Yeah, waste management. I went last year for a bachelor party, which was pretty nice, but didn't make it this year.
It's a very interesting venue because you have, for whatever reason, the ladies will, or the dudettes will all dress in like these very short dresses,
Yeah.
and they wear high heels.
And then they try
But
to
they're on
run
a
to the
golf
15th
course.
hole.
Yeah, and they're like,
And they try to run.
like just falling all over the place, and they're drunk. So it's I don't know, it's something else.
People are drunk at 4 a.m., running in heels, falling, getting tripped on.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
It's an experience.
That is
It is
funny.
fun, though. I had a blast.
It is an experience.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, so why don't we go? Well, let's ask the first question. Shit, we got to ask.
Oh, hold on. How do we pronounce your name? I don't want to
Raghav.
butcher it. Raghav?
Yep. You got it.
Okay, cool. Gosh, I was
You got
like,
it perfect
dude.
the first time, so.
Okay.
You're used to, you've it's happened
Easy.
before.
It was easy.
For the first time. Do people just butcher your name?
So everyone, I've been Rag since I was like 2, so no one really calls me Raghav anymore.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, so I don't really get butchered that often because I get introduced
Rag.
to Rag. So,
Rag.
Well, there we go.
I like that.
Nice.
Cool, man.
so
Rag.
Rags has been my nickname for 25 years.
Oh,
That's awesome.
there we go. Nice.
Rags.
Rags.
Rags. I
What
like
was
that.
what was the first concert that you went to?
OAR.
OAR.
OAR when I was 14.
What's OAR? Why am I not?
What is
Are you
OAR?
kidding me?
Maybe I just don't know the.
They might be the greatest band of all time. Of a Revolution. This town. Never heard of it? Love and Memories. Shattered.
No.
Are you kidding me?
I'm looking it up right now.
OAR. What is it?
OAR.
This
What
town.
revolution?
Shattered.
Of a
Pandora.
Revolution. OF space A Revolution.
Huh.
God.
Out of
Guys,
Maryland.
I'll send you some songs.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Craig and I both haven't.
You've stumped.
Well, I mean, I can understand Craig because he was.
Well, yeah. I mean, it was bebop, when I was, or what? I don't know. Some
Just
old
rocks.
bardy music, like
This
on
is before
lutes.
my time too. These guys were real in like the 90s.
Well, that'll
So-
explain it. I was in my teens in the 1800s.
I was like 5 at the time. So they're awesome.
Wow.
That's awesome. I'm gonna
Check
check
them
it
out.
out.
There we go.
Totally.
See? I
Maybe
giving you
this
something new
episode
today.
will have started with that music.
It
Yeah.
should. It should start with This Town because that's my favorite song.
This town.
This
Okay.
town. You
We'll
got it.
violate some copyright rules.
Yeah, we might have some issues. That's okay. I can text them. I'll find out.
Nice.
We have insurance.
Yeah. Oh.
I've seen him 7 times since too. So
Oh, wow.
yeah.
That's awesome.
So I was
So,
serious.
dude, tell us from that first concert to now, what brings you to this world,
in
this
the
insurance-
insurance world.
this crazy insurance
so-
world?
Funny enough, my dad owns an agency. He started his agency when I was a kid. When I graduated college, I went into insurance. I worked at Travelers, and I did that for a little bit, but I always planned on coming back to the agency, and I did. And his plan was for me to take over the agency. I think he's getting pretty close to retirement now, and I decided to go a different path. I worked at the agency for a few years, and then I started this company out of his office. And I don't know if he's too happy with me, but he still talks to me on weekends, so I think we're okay.
There you go.
Yeah, he's trying to figure out a new plan now. So maybe someday one of my siblings will take over.
So what's the company that you started?
Yeah, so I was writing commercial when I was with my dad, all commercial policies. And we were starting to see that it was really difficult to get quotes out to clients quick enough. So we started the commercial lines distribution platform, essentially a comparative rater for small commercial, for BOP business, workers' comp, commercial auto. And we started with 3 carriers and 10 agencies as a beta test. And we did that for about 4 months. And then back in September, we released it to as many agencies and carriers as we could. And now we have just over 15 carriers on the platform and quite a few agencies and clusters.
Wow.
Well, yeah.
So like well, I don't even know if I'm supposed to say other stuff. So like the stuff that P&C agents will use to compare different, like they throw in the information, spits out all the quotes, but this is for that niche. And there wasn't anything there before. I mean, we're captives, so we're not too familiar with all that.
Yeah.
stuff.
So I'm sure there were, but they were using, like robotic processing. They were using screen scraping and that stuff doesn't work too well. So we integrate with all of our carriers via API, so application programming interfaces. Essentially just makes things faster, right?
Yeah.
So, independent agents can log in to our system, enter in the data once, get quotes from multiple carriers, and they spit right back out into our system, and then they can access them wherever they want.
Well, that's awesome. So what made you want to do that?
I was getting annoyed. I worked at the agency side, and every time I tried to get a BOP quote out, someone would say, hey, we sent it to these 3 carriers. It'll be back from the underwriter in 24 hours. And then the underwriter wouldn't respond for 48 hours. And then I'd lose the client. And I was getting pretty pissed about it. So I went to InsurTech Connect, tried to find a system that could help us, didn't find any, so decided to build it myself. And I'll preface that, I didn't build anything. Our tech team built everything. My co-founder, whose name is Geetha, she pretty much runs the runs the entire system. So she does all the hard stuff and I do the fun stuff.
How did you meet her? And how did you go from, I need to find this for my agency to, you know what, I'm just going to design this whole thing. Like, what gave you the call?
So I started designing something on my computer on like interfaces and how it could work. And she knows my dad, and she walks into my dad's office. She has this platform. She says, "Hey, we want to move this from manufacturing into insurance. Is that possible?" And she's like, "You got to meet my son." He goes, "You got to meet my son." I went and I showed her what I had, and she goes, "This is what I want to do." I go, "Cool, because this is what I want to build." I go, "Can you build it, and I'll give you the info?" And it went from there. It was awesome.
Wow.
It was honestly so freaking easy once she came into. She knew exactly what we wanted, so she had the idea already. It just worked out great. And I mean, now we have 13 engineers, and we have our sales staff and our marketing people. So it's been growing for the last 8-9 months now.
That's like a lightning moment right there.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Just pure chance.
The first moment you're gonna hear OAR, it's gonna be like boom. I'm telling you,
it's gonna change everything.
Change your life.
What were you gonna say, Craig? I steamrolled.
I can't remember. This is good radio.
That is so crazy, though. So this was 8 months ago.
No, so we started building a year and 9 months ago. We launched our beta we launched our beta 10 months ago, and about 7.5, 8 months ago, we released it to more agents and more carriers.
And is it available to all agents at this time?
Yeah, so it's finally available to all agencies. We're onboarding as many as we can every month. They're quoting, they're using it, so that's good. We just gotta keep the grind going, you know.
Subscription-based service?
Yeah, 100% subscription. So we don't take any commissions. We don't touch any of that stuff. We're just a tech company helping them get access to their appointed carrier. So if they're not appointed, we don't give them access. They have to have their own producer codes and all that stuff.
Oh, wow. And the carriers don't pay anything to get on there?
So the carriers pay an integration fee.
Okay.
And we do sell data. So we aggregate, anonymize, and do some data cleansing and some data migrations and stuff like that. So they do pay for that. But if they're not getting quoted, they don't pay anything. So hopefully they get quoted, so they are paying something.
So you've now built a company. Did you have any entrepreneurial experience before that? No. Yeah, and I mean, I've been involved in some new stuff like that and going through, and so I know there's so many failures along the way. It can be so frustrating and yet so rewarding too. Yeah. You're basically working 80 hours to not have to work 40 hours. And,
exactly.
Walk us through that, because it's such an amazing journey to go from, something that's kind of, okay, I got this and I'm making good money, to jumping off, taking that leap and just going for it.
So I mean, for me, I asked my, when I started this, I was engaged, and I asked my fiance at the time, my now wife, I said, "Hey, so I have this idea. I'm going to take pretty much all of our money and put it into this idea." And we were about to buy a house. So I didn't think this was going to go over well. And she said, "Yeah, that sounds awesome." I was like, all right, yeah. So I guess I am doing this.
Like, wait, what?
If she says go, I'm going to go. Right. So we did that. We started the company. My dad invested some money. We had a couple other, agencies down the road start putting in some money to help us grow. And once it started clicking, at first I was kind of nervous, and with any startup, you're going to be like, oh, this is never going to work. And you get less and less nervous as days go on. And then you hit a point and you're like, well, this is actually working.
Right.
I might be able to make it out here. And I know, I think it's like 9-10% of startups actually make it somewhere, but we've stayed pretty lean. We keep most of our cash. We're not over hiring. We're not pushing ourselves too hard. We worked out of my dad's office for months. We hired, and they would work out of his office. We would set up cubes for them, and he didn't care. We didn't pay him rent, and worked out great for us. Yeah, it's been awesome. So, it's still, there's still days where like there's so much further to go, and there really is. But God, starting it the first 2 months, every day I thought something was going to go wrong. I was like, oh, man, I'm going to mess something up. It's going to be my fault. And then when you hire your first employee, it's like, well, now they're bought into you. And if you screw up, now you screwed their life up too. So
right.
It's terrifying.
Yeah, you have to sell that idea, make them a believer when maybe you don't even believe all the things that you're saying that you have to
Yep.
say so that they'll do it, right? You get a little bit of a, what is it, imposter syndrome. You're like, well, am I even saying what's really the case? You know, but you have to, because you need that vision. Otherwise, you're not going to get there.
And I hate the fake it till you make it mentality. I was always so transparent with everyone. I'm like, hey, listen, we have 4 clients right now. So I was like, I'm not gonna pretend. If you want to come work here, we really got to push this and grow. And now it's been awesome. The growth's been awesome. Our sales guys are awesome. Director of marketing is awesome. So it's been a fun ride so far.
That's so cool. So let's go back a little bit on the technical side, or I guess not technical side. Like, so do they have to do Accord forms and stuff, or like what does this look like? Like, is there a pretty level, like, is it more data entry on a website, more like like Google, or like a traditional, or less
it's essentially like you go into Kayak and typing in some information and then getting your flights back, right? We like to think our user interface is a little better. We spend a lot of money on that, so it looks pretty good, but it's online. You go to the Tarmika Agent Portal website, you use your username and password, log in as an agency, say create a quote, enter in your data, press submit, and you get all your quotes back on a quote overview screen.
How fast?
So the quotes come back in 10 seconds.
Wow.
Yeah.
So the days of the 30-page Accord forms are over with.
It takes 5 minutes to get through the whole quote flow, and quotes come back in 10 seconds. So it is as efficient as we could make it, and we're still trying to improve it. But this is the best we could do, and that's why we when we released it in September, we're like, this is it. This is perfect.
So your agency must be crushing it.
Yeah, so it's funny. I still manage my book, and all my renewals I just throw in the system now because it's so much easier.
Yeah.
My dad uses it. His whole agency uses it. It's awesome.
Well, that is so cool.
As captives, and then knowing other captives, whether it's in ours or elsewhere. I mean, one of the things that often comes up is commercial. It's like, we don't even, because it's that same problem that you said at the beginning, which is you fill out the thing, because the commercial guy will come and talk about it, get you rah-rah'd up. Okay, fine. So you do one and you do all the work, and then your producer's saying it took 2 weeks, and then they submit it and you don't hear anything back. Just like what you said, it's ghost town. And you're like, what is the point of doing all this work and then nothing, right?
Yep. You're losing profit, essentially.
Oh, it's maddening.
And you're pissing people off, right? Because you're like, I'll have something. They're like, what it's 2020. What are you doing? Like sending carrier pigeons? So is this something that will be able to be utilized in the captive world?
So we haven't actually ventured down that path yet. We haven't talked to any of the captive carriers. We haven't talked to many captive agencies. We've talked to ex-captive agencies that use us. But we haven't talked to any captives yet. And hey, if you want to make an introduction, I'll talk to anybody. As you guys know, I mean, I think we met each other via LinkedIn. So I'll literally talk to anybody and figure out if there's a way to make them more efficient and make their lives a little bit easier.
It's crazy. Here's a true story. So when I came into this industry, it was only 3 years ago, but so our commercial, for the company I work for, they have verticals. And as long as it's one of those verticals, it should be an easy process, right? So my friend had a pet store. A pet groomer.
Yeah.
Super basic, super small, right in the vertical.
Yep.
Literally spent 8 hours one day doing it. Then the next day, another 3 to 6 hours. And then it came down to an argument of if the place was located, it said it looks like it's in an apartment. I said, no, I take my dog there. It's in a tiny little strip, and they couldn't write it. And we needed it right away. And that was it. I was out. I said, I'm not putting my staff or anything through this.
So you can actually quote an account through our system for a pet groomer and get quotes from 12 carriers. So I'm just saying, if your friend still needs insurance, we have plenty of agencies that will take that tech room.
They
and
could
put
do
it
it in
through our
10 seconds. Like,
hey,
dude,
5-minute entry, 10-second quote response. And if
dang.
I'll put money on that it would return in 10 seconds too. So I know that pet groomer would come back because we've tested a pet groomer and someone's quoted the pet groomer in the past and it works.
So,
Gosh, man.
so help me understand, because I just have chosen to not even think about it anymore. But how is it that it can take that long over here, and then you can stick some information in this thing and it does it? Like, is it talking to real underwriters, or is it?
So it's going through the carrier rules engine. So it goes through insurance companies' rules, and as long as it hits all the right rules, with certain carriers, I mean, you have like 70% bindability. There are situations when you have to refer to the underwriter, so it's not all,
Gotcha.
perfect. But there's a button in our system that says refer to underwriter, and it immediately sends them an email with the account number that says, hey, I just quoted this. Here's the referral message. Here's what I need. Send out, and you get CC'd on that email. So pretty much immediately you're referring that back to your underwriter saying, hey, I want this quote back in like an hour.
And do you get that kind of turnaround?
For a lot of the companies we work with, the turnaround's getting better and better now.
Right. Well, you're offloading the other work, so now they can respond when to the 30% that actually need to be looked at.
That's what we hope. I mean, a lot of these guys just bind coverage. They go through the system, they go to the carrier, they bind coverage because it's bindable. And if it's not, I mean, it probably has some hair on it, probably had 3 or 4 claims or something ridiculous. It's coastal, whatever it is, and they can refer to the underwriter.
Man, if I was a smart independent agent, I'd plug into you and just go in deep on a couple niches like groomers or something, and just murder it.
We've had some people go all out on one program, which is awesome.
Well, think about it. Yeah, because then from a marketing perspective, you can go on Facebook, target just that vertical so simply, and YouTube, whatever, all the social.
Oh, the tubes.
On the tubes. I mean,
that's so cool, man.
If I started my own agency, I probably would have, if I could use this system, I could have built this for just us. And then, I would have went down just like IT consultants, because it's the easiest class, put it online, said everyone with an IT consultant, you can quote yourself right here. And I'll just keep saying issue, get all those premiums back.
Ding, 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 ding.
It's like a one click for me.
That's crazy.
Maybe so crazy. You guys are giving me some good ideas.
Yeah. Well, it's just funny to me. Like all I'm thinking about is, okay, I spent literally 11 hours on something that takes you 5 minutes and 10 seconds. Like, and if that's what the standard is now, like the standard in commercial, it's not a turnaround. It's not like a out of the box. That's why a lot of people that they either do commercial or they don't, and it's crazy. If the firepower somebody has by being able to do that, it's so offsetting to compare with what everybody's doing that it's like, it's crazy.
It's an efficiency play. It's a profitability play. I think agencies on small commercial are probably losing money right now. So this helps them be profitable. And that was our goal, was to help agencies become more profitable.
Love it.
Sounds like
so what's one thing that you would give advice for any agents out there that, I don't know, are either new or need some help? What would be the one piece of advice that you'd give an agent?
And you can't say run the other way and build software.
No, I wouldn't say that. We literally tell everyone the same thing. So everyone there are 500 insurtechs out there. There may be more. There's so much technology, and it all says it can fix everything that you do. It doesn't. So don't just accept every technology out there and say, oh, we're going to plug this in and spend money on it. And if we add up 20 tech pieces together, it'll make the perfect agency. It won't. You have to pick and choose what actually works, what your agency struggles with, and adopt those certain technologies and say, hey, here's how we're going to operate today. And if that's not us, I don't really care, as long as you're doing it the right way that helps your agent. So I've said this to maybe 15, 20 agencies in the last couple of weeks. There are systems out there, whether that's AMS systems or raters or personal lines raters or CRM systems and all that stuff, they're not all going to fix all your problems. But if you can pick and choose the ones that do work, it's gonna make a huge difference for the agency.
Yeah.
It's usually what I say.
Yep.
Yeah.
And choose us, work with us.
We'll choose you. But I think that another thing is that, and it seems to come up so often, is that we are real squirrely agents. Like we want that immediate gratification.
Yeah.
So we'll pick something because it solves the problem. And then we don't see it through. Like as soon as we get frustrated, it's like, screw this. This thing sucks. I'm going to get the new one that's over here, right? The shiny object syndrome. And stick with it.
I mean, there's so much out there too, right?
Yeah.
If you go to, InsurTech Connect, you'll see 800 companies doing 800 different things, and every one of them says they solve, world hunger. And I don't think that's the way life works. I think you got to actually do your due diligence up front and understand what they're trying to sell you and what actually helps you, and go from there. Everything's not all, peaches and roses. So
you should not have said that site address to Jason, because he's going to go buy all of them.
I already did, dude.
Yeah,
too late. He already did it.
He's paying a few $100,000 a month for every technology.
He bought the bundle. He got the bundle. So, Rag, where can people find this? Where should we put the IP address, or not the IP address, the URL for them to go
Our
find?
website, www.tarmika.com. You can schedule a demo. You can check out our blog posts, or you could just follow us on Twitter. Our marketing coordinator crushes Twitter.
Cool.
We need to help with that. I think we have 3 followers.
She's great at Twitter.
Huh.
That's awesome.
We just started venturing into Twitter, but she's doing a good job.
Twitter's kind of like it's like the non-sexy, social media platform that if you can get some traction on it, it's awesome. It's very, you can do a few words and done if you want.
I think most of her stuff is just GIFs anyway. It doesn't say anything about us, but you get a few laughs every couple of days, and it's worth it to throw it a follow.
Totally. Cool, man.
Awesome. Rag, thank you so
doing
much.
Hey, thank you guys. I appreciate it.
It's awesome.
This is awesome.
Well, hopefully you'll get some traffic, and we want to hear back from you. And let's reconnect in 6 months, see where it's at.
Yeah.
Tell us about the IPO.
OAR. I was serious about that.
Okay. OAR. Or
100%.
you can't say or. Can you say or that's not?
No, you can't call them or. But hey, I'm going to be back out in Arizona in about a month, so I'll shoot you a message. Maybe we can catch up.
Yeah. Let's do it. All right, man.
Cool,
Thank
man.
you.
Talk to you guys later. Thanks, Josh.
Have a good one.
Jason, I would be remiss if I didn't bring up one of our sponsors, EverQuote.
Oh, tell me a little bit about them.
Well, I've been using them for a couple months, and I'll tell you that the results are delightful. It's been now a couple months, and over time, my cost per sale has dropped every single week.
That is awesome. Tell me, so you're on a specific program with them?
Yeah, it's called the Accelerated Growth Program. And this bad boy gets you a better deal on those leads, so way less expensive. And you get a consultant that's going to actually go over your results to make sure you're tracking properly.
And so you've been doing that for the last couple of months and consulting with them?
Yeah. And I see everybody complain about leads and this and that. And it's like, look, if you don't have a process to track and measure your results, then I can totally get it. You don't even know what your results are, right?
And you asked them to give all the insurance dudes and dudettes out there a killer deal on this, and they came through, didn't they?
They came through, and I know you're going to take advantage of it, but if they go to go.everquote.com/insurance dudes, that's go.everquote.com/insurance dudes, then guess what?
What?
Deal City.
I'm there.
Do it.
Hey, you've got to check out the Insurance Dudes Inner Circle coming soon, where you get extended interviews as well as live coffee talks in our private Facebook group. Join the mailing list today at theinsurancedudespodcast.com. Hey, thanks for checking out the Insurance Dudes. Hey, please subscribe. We got some really great stuff coming out.